Hello there everybody, happy Friday. I hope you're all enjoying the World Cup. I have no idea how good it is because I'm filming this after just one game that's happened. So let's just say there's hopefully been many goals and many interesting moments. However, we're here for one reason only, and it's because I have a very, very special shirt to open for you. In fact, it's here. It's a box which is covered with much personal information, but as you can see on the front there is a little club crest, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that team already. And to be honest, I already have a shirt for this team. This should be a replacement. Now, every time I try to do a replacement, it's gone terribly wrong. I really hope this does not go wrong because I've kind of invested a lot more into it, what I usually do, in this particular one. It's come in this lovely box, and I wonder why it's come shaped as a box. Well, let's get this open because I'm dying to see what it looks like. I think I'm going to need some scissors for this one because there's a lot of tape on the front of this one, so let's get cutting. So we've got that bit there and this bit here. So I made the purchase maybe, I don't know, was it 2 weeks ago, I think, possibly, something to that effect. And obviously it's come from a foreign land, so it's had to do a bit of travelling, but ooh, that's going to be nice on the camera. There we go. Right then, I have it opened. Let's get it open. There we go. How about that, eh? Is that what you think it is? Looks quite cool. It has some German on the front. Was uns zusammenhält. Not sure what that stands for right now, but I'm sure at some stage I'll put the information up. Right then, so we have this. Ooh, how about that? That's quite cool. What else we got in here? That looks like a invoice, possibly, which is all in German, and I can return it using my German skills. But I hopefully don't want to return it, so get rid of the box. How about that? Hey, how about that? So it's a boxed shirt, though technically it's a very interesting box because it's kind of made out of cardboard. But how about that? That's quite smart, isn't it? So, VfL Bochum. Let's get this open and see what it looks like. So you open it there and there. Da, da, da. It has the tags, which is always a good start. Anything else that's floating around? Nope. Da, 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 da. Now then, here we go. Let's look. That's the rear of the shirt. Wow, that's crazy. There's absolutely nothing on there other than the sort of the club's founding year, which I do have a little bit of contention about, but a little bit more of that later on. So that's, yeah, it's pretty standard. And then on the front, ooh, get rid of this. Well, I'm going to get rid of the tags. Let's hide the tags. There we go. It's got a little special colourway on there. And they've got this quite subtle sort of pattern running across the front. Don't know how you'd expect to call that, though. And we do have the club crest on the front there with a hologram, which actually holograms into a specific number because this is a limited edition shirt. And I have number 1157, so I don't have number 1, but I presume that would have been taken by possibly the owner of the club. But how about that, eh? That is a really, really cool shirt. Now, I think some of you possibly may have seen it doing the rounds on like footy headlines or possibly on Instagram or something. Like, you know, some special edition shirts do have that happen, but this one is quite cool. So I will do my usual. I will dress the mannequin and get back to you with some information about the shirt and why it's so special. Okay then, there is this very special shirt posing very nicely for us all. And the club, of course, is VfL Bochum. They are a German team, and this is a special edition shirt that was released in 2022 or 2023, obviously, and it's one that was released about 2 weeks ago. Now, I obviously bought it directly from the club store, and to be honest, I didn't know it was going to be a thing. It was only because I just randomly, by chance, checked my Instagram, and I'd seen a message pop up, one of those ones where you get it from people that you don't know and they don't know you, and it was just somebody saying something to the effect of Bochum special shirts or something like that. And I thought maybe they were just trying to sell one themselves, but I did a little Googling, and obviously I noticed that this one had been released. Found it on their website, and I noticed that it had this little sort of box casement thing going on, and I thought, ooh, That's quite nice. I do quite like my boxed away shirts, and the fact that it was limited, and it did mention that it was limited to 4,630 pieces. I thought, okay then, I'm interested in that. I must admit, I did forget that I actually owned a Bochum shirt. It wasn't until I made the purchase and I went, oh yeah, I do own a Bochum shirt. But luckily, the Bochum shirt I have is actually pretty boring, pretty basic, pretty blank, so that one will probably be for sale at some point in the future. Certainly when you compare it to this, it doesn't stand out as much. So I bought it and it cost me €79.95 plus I think it was €10 postage, so I think that's £75 probably all in, which is not too bad considering a shirt. You know, that's probably about retail, to be honest. Now they have the year 1884 in the crest, and it's on the back of the neck there, but the football department was not founded until 1911, so I think, is that cheating, to be honest? Can you do that? Is that cheating? They always start off like gymnastics clubs. Makes it seem like it's older than any team that's in England, but no, it was 1911. And actually for the first few decades, they kind of went through many different name changes and sort of mergers, and because it's German, a lot of those words are like 40 characters long, so if you are interested, just go on the Wikipedia page, because there's no way I'm going to try and pronounce half those words. It wasn't until after World War II that the sort of club founded and landed on the VfL Bochum that we know them as today. Now they are the perennial yo-yo club. They are one of the teams in Germany that find themselves sort of bouncing between top level and the second level in Germany, with them currently sitting in the top division. Last season they finished, I think it was 13th out of 18, which is pretty decent. However, this season they unfortunately find themselves second bottom with a break before the World Cup there, so they're going to hopefully have to do a little bit of pushing in the second half to try and find a way from that relegation period, or else they may find themselves yoing back down once again. Now, they do actually have an Englishman in their squad. It's called Jordi Osei-Tutu. I say playing, he's actually not played for them this season whatsoever. However, he did go on there on loan from Arsenal a few seasons ago, where he must have done okay because they decided to take him back on a permanent. So I don't know if he's injured or something, but he's sort of floating around on the books there. So it's always interesting to see these English players just in these sort of slightly different and unique clubs around the world. Now, this is my first Mitsuno shirt. It's one of those manufacturers that is usually more associated with sort of the vintage Japanese shirts that you see floating around, the J-League shirts of the 90s. I think possibly we've got some links to Italy as well, but I think this is the foray into major European leagues, I suppose, and sort of bigger teams. I think they've got some partnerships with another team just recently announced, though I have forgotten. Maybe if I can remember it, I'll put a notice on. And of course, like always, new manufacturers, I do worry about tags, but Classic Football shirts actually have the home, the away, and the third, I think, for sale this season, and I saw that they were attached. Now, I thought possibly with it being a special, they might not attach them for some reason, or just to be a bit weird about it, but they are definitely there, so this bad boy can enter my collection with no problems. The shirt is very nice. It fits perfectly fine. If it's a Japanese manufacturer, then you know, obviously you've got to be sometimes a bit worried about the sizing, but they seem to have styled it specifically for the European market. There's one thing that I wish I did, and I don't know why I didn't do this, is the Bundesliga patch on this one looks really, really cool. It's kind of like blackout. It's like a stealth look, and for like £3 or £4, I just wish I'd done that, because it was probably designed specifically for this shirt. And unless I can find the one floating around, there's no way I can sort of get those now. So that was a bit of a shame. I don't know why I didn't do it, because that's a couple of quid between friends. So this one is actually a shirt that they actually wore. Sometimes clubs do release special shirts and they don't wear them, but I think nowadays they're actually releasing the shirts and wearing them because it gives them more reason to do so. They actually played against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they actually won 2-1, so it's one of the few games they actually get a result, so it shows it was somewhat of a good omen to release it. Now, it has, of course, the main thing is that sort of rainbow colourway effect on the front there, and it stands for like tolerance and fair play and equality. Though this is, of course, isn't the first time they've worn that rainbow colour. They wore it in the 90s. Remember, they had that sort of really interesting, more traditional rainbow effect on there. I don't think it specifically stood for anything in particular at that point. It was just that interesting design, though maybe someone can sort of correct me on that one if that is the case. So it is a limited edition. I kind of like the fact that it's limited and that I have 1,157. So that's quite cool. That's really interesting. And I think, you know what, the design's not too bad. I have my other one that has this rainbow colour sort of thing is my Vaticano shirt, Spain, which has that sort of sash rune across the front there, which was, I think, more to do with charities and standing up for people like that. So you put those two together. Looks quite nice. I know there's a few other clubs that do release them, but this one is just one I decided to go for, partly because it does have this lovely presentation box on the front there, which of course I will be keeping, and hopefully I can sort of have it look like the rest of the shirts up there, though it's not a traditional square, so I don't know if it's going to fit in, but we shall see if that happens anyway. But that is it. That is a very special shirt. It's come all the way from Germany. It's unique. And you know what? The best thing was, I remember when I was looking and I made the purchase, and then I wanted to go back just to see if I could have got that Bundesliga patch, and I couldn't get onto the link, and I was like, what's going on here? It's sold out. Like, it sold out within, I want to say, 3 hours of it being released. So to be one of the probably the few people in the UK that has this one, possibly maybe the only person in the UK, I was pretty blessed in that respect. So yeah, 4,000 shirts gone very, very quickly. So I have this one, and it will be kept mint condition going forward for eternity. And of course, it is a medium size, so it's quite a sort of popular size if I do, for whatever reason, decide to sell. So let me know, what do you think about the shirt? I think it's pretty cool. What do you think about special shirts? People do clubs release too many shirts these days? And what do you think about shirts that come in little boxes? Should I have bought this? Is it too much? So yeah, that is it. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed watching the video. Have a great weekend. I think who's playing tonight? Is England playing tonight on film? So I'm thinking this is coming out on Friday. Are England playing tonight? Not really sure what the scan is, but I think possibly they are. Anyway, enjoy the World Cup if that's what you're watching, and I will see you in the next video, which is going to be Tuesday, and probably just another shirt to open. So goodbye.